Glad to have everybody come out tonight, and we have a special guest running for governor. Bill O'Neill has some very interesting and inspiring ideas about how to deal with drugs in Ohio. So I'm going to introduce him and let him take the stage here.
Thank you. I don't need a microphone, do I?
I don't think so. Can you guys hear pretty well here in the back without the microphone?
Everybody, my name is Bill O'Neill. Till 4 months ago, I was a justice on the Ohio Supreme Court. I left the court to launch a run for governor, and I'm really honored. I'm honored to be here tonight. It's a good night. The young man about the ancillary, I got to tell you something that you got to understand. There's 35 states in the nation that are contemplating legalizing cannabis as we speak. We will outlive Jeff Sessions. Trust me on that. But you know, in 2015, there was a ballot initiative in Ohio to legalize cannabis, and it failed. And afterwards, they took a poll and they found out that Ohioans want to legalize cannabis, but they did not want to do it that way because the reality was they said they were going to set up 10 billionaires, and they said, here's what we're going to do. It'll be legal to use marijuana in Ohio, but you got to buy it from us. And the voters said, no, we're just not doing that. So let me give you just a brief description of me. When I left Ohio University in 1969, 6 weeks later, I was on active duty with the United States Army. I spent a year in Vietnam where I was awarded the Bronze Star, and I'm a member of the Ohio Veterans Hall of Fame. So that's my military background. I retired as a lieutenant colonel. I went to law school on the GI Bill. I became a civil rights lawyer. I represented the state of Ohio on the Civil Rights Commission for 12 years. I then went to the Court of Appeals, and then I went to the Supreme Court of Ohio. You may remember me. I ran on that famous Irish team in 2012, O'Neill and Obama. You may have heard of us. I ran on the theory of no money from nobody. I took no money, and I'm the first Democrat to be elected to the Supreme Court of Ohio in 30 years. I'm the only Democrat to have been elected to statewide office in the last decade. I won in 12, Rich lost in 10. Some normal people would say, look, your kids are raised, you're a retired Army officer, you're a retired Supreme Court justice, you're a pediatric emergency room nurse. Isn't it time for you to go home? And I had to say no, and here's why. Here's how we're going to legalize marijuana in Ohio. 5,000 people are dying every year in Ohio from heroin overdoses. It's just happening. And nobody's doing a damn thing about it. It's going up 1,000 people a year. Once upon a time in America, in Ohio, we had a network of mental health hospitals. I think there was 14 of them. And that's where the least fortunate members of our society could go and get treated. And a decision was made in the 80s to board all those hospitals up. And the theory was they'll go back to the 88 counties they came from, and they'll somehow magically get treated. And the reality is a majority of our mentally ill residents of Ohio are in jail. That's where we keep our mentally ill people in Ohio, and that is the last place they should be. There's no question. But it gets worse. It gets worse because sometime about 10 years ago, a decision was made to privatize our prison system. And we now have people that are making a profit out of incarcerating their fellow citizens. And if you don't hear me say anything else tonight, hear this. It is morally reprehensible in a free society for people to imprison other people for a profit. Morally reprehensible. You're allowed to clap. It's okay. Tragically, it gets worse. When I did my research to run for governor, I found out that in our for-profit prison system, we have 4,700 nonviolent marijuana offenders that are in prison as we sit here speaking tonight. They cost us $100 million a year to keep non-violent marijuana offenders in jail. That's just fundamentally wrong. We shouldn't be doing this. So you don't think I'm just one of those tax and spend Democrats. I just came up with an idea. I can help the marijuana community and help myself sleep well at night. And here's how you do it. The time to legalize marijuana in Ohio is now. You can clap your hands. Here's what happens if we believe the Colorado model and the Washington model. Here's what happens. If you legalize marijuana, the use of heroin goes down 25%. It's a proven fact. The number of deaths from heroin goes down 25%, and that's 1,000 Ohioans that don't have to die by legalizing marijuana. But here's what's more important. We know that there are marijuana sales going on in Ohio today, but we also know we're not getting any tax money out of it, and it's not regulated. And here's the Colorado model tells us this unequivocally. You legalize marijuana in Ohio, you've got $500 million in sales taxes coming in on day one. $500 million, $500 million. You close down those god-awful prisons and let the marijuana offenders go, you save another 100,000. The O'Neill plan, I hope you saw my brochure, the O'Neill plan is very simple. You take that $600 million and you build a world-class network of mental health hospitals. You give people somewhere to go, because let's be honest here. I'm an emergency room nurse. We all know the drill. The police know the drill, the firefighters. Somebody has an overdose, they're lucky enough to get to the ER. We save their life, we get the heart rate going again, we get them breathing, they get them conscious. The doctor gives them an admonition, the nurse gives them a stern lecture. We send them home to their family to die. That's what we're doing in Ohio now. So the only solution, in my mind, that makes sense, and this is how I'm going to get elected, build a network with the marijuana proceeds. Give people a reason besides marijuana to legalize marijuana, and we've got a winning ticket. And I heard Dennis's name, by the way. Either Dennis or I are going to win. Don't worry about that. So marijuana, you're going to have a marijuana governor. Trust me on that. My name is Bill O'Neill. I'm the Democrat running for Supreme Court of Ohio, and gosh, do I need your help, because...
No, for governor.
The governor, oh, what did I say, John?
Supreme Court.
Yes, I'm Bill O'Neill, I'm the next governor of Ohio, how's that?